Okay, so I am going to attempt to walk you through first how to use Discord and how it's organized, and then I will kind of walk you through how to play Wanderlust. So if you already know how to use Discord, this first part may be just kind of useless for you since you already know how to do all that stuff. So I would say that you could skip forward to the actual Wanderlust part. I'll try to insert what time that starts in the video. But so this very first part is really just kind of a walkthrough of what Discord is, how it works, how it's organized, so that you could understand how to use it for the purposes of playing Wanderlust. Wanderlust is a stitching game. It's solo, mostly solo gameplay. Stitch at your own pace. And so, if you've never played any stitching games before, this would be a good introduction. You don't have to worry about. I know a lot of people worry about either not stitching fast enough or not keeping up with their team or holding their team back. You don't have to worry about that with Wanderlust since it is mostly a solo stitching game. And also, if you have a very busy schedule or a sporadic schedule, it's also good for you because there are no deadlines. It's stitch at your own pace. You could, stitch a bunch in like 1 week and then not play for 2 months. I don't care. Come back and your stuff is still going to be there for you. Okay. So I will go ahead and start with an overview of Discord. Basically, I'm not like professional or anything. Like I just started using Discord last year when I started making this game. So this is by no means like the end all be all, but this is a generic walkthrough basically of how I have come to understand Discord. I feel like it's very. I know a lot of stitching games are on Facebook, and it can be frustrating on Facebook because kind of it's not very well organized. It's really not really meant for what we're using it for. Um, and I feel like Discord is much better with that as far as like organization. So that's why I kind of want to try and get people to come over to Discord and not be scared of it because it's brilliant. I love it. So let me go ahead and share over here. Nope, wrong one. Over here. There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to show you is basically our very vague overview of Discord as a whole. You don't need to read any of this stuff. I'm just going to walk you through what these things are here. So all the way to the left are the different servers that I am in. If you are just starting out with Discord, maybe somebody sent you a link, an invite link for Wanderlust, and it asked you 2 questions: your favorite designer and if you understand the rules or something. So once you fill that out and our admin allows you into the group, you will have this right here on the left, very left, Wanderlust, a stitching game. That little icon, that is basically like our page, if you will. So by clicking this little icon, it brings me into, if we go to the right, it brings me into everything that's inside of that page, basically. So this little square here, it's called a server. So Wanderlust Discord is has a bunch of different servers. So like in Facebook, how they have a bunch of different pages or groups, that's what this is. So this individual Wanderlust little square here, that is where all of the Wanderlust stuff is going to be. If you have any other ones down here, those are the different other groups that you're in. So once we come over here, we can see a couple different things. Actually, let me close this. So this very top one where it says Wanderlust, the stitching game, that is in regards to the server. And you can also click here to invite your friends if you'd like. But what you're mostly going to be working with is down here under the server information. So we've discussed this is the server, so basically the group. And when you come over here, there are drop-down menus. The main drop-down menus are called categories. So this category is getting started. This one is introduction. This one is the passport office and the intercontinental airport. So those are the categories that you are seeing. And if you click on it, it will open it as a drop-down menu. So underneath, nested under the category, is the channels. Now you see here with the hashtag, that is a channel. Gameplay manual, official announcements is a channel, post examples, all those with the hashtag are a channel. And if I click on the gameplay manual, it automatically took me to the very bottom of it. So you would just scroll all the way up to the top. So this channel of gameplay manual has information here that everybody can read, and you can see it is divided by the title here. Welcome to Wanderlust Stitching Game. It shows you the date that this was posted. It shows who posted it. So this is their profile icon, their name, the date, and the time. You can see all the way over here, you can, these are the top 3 emotes that I use. So these are the top 3 that are showing. And if you click on the little smiley face, it will show you the other emotes that you can use to reply to this. And that only is there when I'm hovering over the post that I'm reading. If this is my post, I can click edit to edit the post. There's also one where I could forward it, so I could potentially forward it to another channel or server, or anywhere else in Discord. And then if I click on the 3 dots that says more, we can see I can do all those things, the edit, the forward, but then I can also copy the text. I can mark it as unread, copy the message link, so the link to this specific post. So you can do a lot of things here. Also, if you wanted to copy it, you can of course just right click it, and those those dots, sorry, this here where it says more, and I clicked on it, that's exactly what will come up when I right click this post. So it's just the same thing again. And you can see that this is a lighter gray when I'm hovering over it. So when I come over here, you can see that these are 2 separate posts. So you can see this one was posted at 150, and then now you can see here that this one was also posted at 150 very shortly after. But that's how you can tell that they are different. They're different posts. Discord has a specific character maximum for posting. So sometimes a very long explanation will be cut up into different posts, but that's just because of character restrictions. And you can see these blue text. They are links. For the purpose of Wanderlust game, it will link you to other channels in Discord, in Wanderlust, that you need to go to, as opposed to just looking through them and finding it yourself. So that's like a little shortcut. So as far as that goes, we've gone over what the server looks like. So it's like the group, the category, which is the drop-down menus, and we went over this channel. So this hashtag channel. You can also see here at the bottom, it says you do not have permission to send messages in this channel. Some channels are basically locked, so they're only informative channels. It's not meant to be somewhere for you to post, and that's why it has that restriction. There are, however, if I go, I'm going to go ahead and close this getting started one and open introduction. There's more here. You can see the watering hole. That's where we chat. And although this one is a hashtag channel, this one is open to where you can message. So if I click on this plus sign here, it will let me upload a file. So if I wanted to share maybe a picture of what I'm working on, or anything like that, you can do the little plus sign. And it says message. So right here, and it's got that little blinking. Now I can type and send a message into this the watering hole here. I will also go ahead and open our passport office to show you another example of a channel. So here, like I said, the little hashtag shows that it's a channel. But again, with this, the guideline to passport office, it says I don't have permission to send messages in that channel because it's locked. And here you will see little like chat bubbles. That's another form of channel. So for these channels, it allows you to add threads to it. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the A through E passport. And so it looks a little different than the regular channel where we can just type in. So this is a lot where you guys will be posting your own posts, basically. So when it's a forum little bubble channel here, that means that you can open up your own posts. So you see on the top here, the search bar, you can search or create a post. So if I wanted to search for a post that I had already made, and I already know it's under my own name, so I'm gonna type in Nastasia. And never mind, because I'm in A through E, I forgot. So I recently did one for Amy. So Amy pops up. So that is the only one called Amy. So that's the one that I would then click on, and it opens it up here. So you can always see the trail of how you got there. So you can see here under the passport office, it is highlighted A through E passport. That's where we currently are. And then I came in here and did a search, and it showed us Amy/Antarctica, and I clicked on it and opened here. So it's linear, so you can see the pathway the whole way. And then if you decide you don't want to be in there anymore, you can just X there, and it will go back to where we were looking before. If we delete our search for Amy, it will go back to all of the posts that other people have made for their passport there. If we wanted to create a new one, we'll say Devon. There is no Devon, so then we have the option to create a new post. And you can do that by just clicking new post. If you push enter, it's just looking for Devon. But because it didn't find anything here, it's giving you the option to do a new post. Once you click new post, it then opens up to create a post. So you're entering the message. So this Devon that you were searching for now becomes the title of the post that you are going to make. So this is, I'll go ahead and do example. It also gives you the option to add a photo here. If you are creating a passport, you will want to add a photo. You can add it here. If you forget, you can add it as a second post. That's fine. So what you do is then click post. And it creates, again, it's linear, so you can see that it's created this here. If you come up, so now we are now in your post, Devon. If we have forgotten, maybe I forgot to capitalize Devon. If you click on the title, it's not going to do anything. If you wanted to edit the title, only the title, so this is the title showing here, you come over here to these three dots, and it will let you, among other things, edit the post. So if you click on edit post, there's the title. It will let you edit the title. If you are wanting to, so let's do that. So it says Devon, and now I don't know if you noticed, but if you go here, it says careful, you have unsaved changes. So we are wanting to make that change, so we're going to click save changes. And once it goes away, that means it saved it. And then don't push this X up here. That closes out Discord entirely. You're just going to exit here. This is exiting the editing area. So we close that, and now we can see we've fixed the title. If you are wanting to edit this, the actual post part of it, you can either click on the pencil here, the edit, or you can right click, and it will also show up there. So a few things about this is the actual post that we made. So I'll give you a tour of this. Same thing with the channel where it had, you know, the person who posted their photo, their name, the time, the date, you know, all that stuff. And this is the where you can do more. So all of that is still there. And because this is me who has done it, I am able to edit it. I'm going to right click, I'm going to edit, and I'm just going to change it like that. When you are editing a post, it doesn't allow, if you have not already added a photo, it's not going to let you add a photo. You're going to have to add it in an additional post, which is totally fine. So I can go here, and this says send a message in Devon. So this is send a message in this thread that you've created, and you can upload a file and add a photo there. So that's just a tour of how the difference between the servers, the categories, the channels, and how to create a thread. That's what we're calling them. So this is the forum, the channel, where it drops down and creates threads. But we will consider them posts. I don't know. Yeah, so we created a new post, and if for some reason we put it in the wrong spot, and we put it, you know, where your name doesn't start with a D. A through E is for the D. So if your name started with a J and you put it here, we could, actually, I don't know if we can move it. I don't think so. But what we could do is go and create it in the correct spot, and then when we are here, we can delete it. So, say I went to the J category and I put my my information in correctly. I'm gonna come back here to, you can see Devon is still in the drop down. We can go there, and it'll open it right up, and we can go to the more, the three dots, and delete it. Equally, or I mean, in the same way, we can go open up the whole category to see all of the different threads that are in there, and then we can simply right click on that thread, on that post, and delete it from there. So that is a little walkthrough, and then it says, "Are you sure?" Because you can't undo it. And we're gonna go delete post. So we have deleted it. Okay, so when you first join the server, you have to answer a little questionnaire. It's going to ask you two very simple questions. Once an admin approves that, you will go ahead and get dumped into, I think you get dumped into the greetings tab here under the introductions. But you can see there are the different categories: getting started, the introductions. This is the introductions is kind of like where we just like chat about crafting and stuff like that. But when you want to start playing this game, when you first get here, you want to get under the get started category and start with the gameplay manual. It will explain the kind of like the backstory of, in general, how the game works. You should also read the FAQ that has a bunch of different questions that will help you to understand the game a bit better. But before you can actually begin playing, you can see here on the left, those are the getting started, the introduction, and then the passport office and the intercontinental airport. Those are the only 4 categories you can see as just joining the server. Once you come in and go to the in the gameplay manual, it will say the first thing you need to do is go to the our journey begins, go to the passport office. So once you come over here down to the passport office, drop down, read the guidelines to the passport office. It will explain how to set up your passport, which would include you using the form. So you can see down here, all the way down here, it says form. But as you're reading through here, there's also this your first post will be your passport. Please use this form. Click on it. It will take you down here to the form. So we use forms a lot. So once you copy this form, follow the instructions to create your passport, and that is using the alphabetized categories here. So whatever your Discord name is, mine is Nastasia. It starts with the N. I'm gonna go over here into the category, the alphabetized category, and create my post in here. So I'll do, create a post with my name, yada yada. Then once you create your passport, actually I should probably go to mine to show you the example, shouldn't I? Once you create it with your name and the continent you're starting in, which is the starting continent here in that form you did, you'll go ahead and be assigned a boarding pass. I will, well, it's usually me, but ambassador, which is like the staff, the admins of the server, will come through here and give you a role. They will give you the traveler role. So once you join the server, you don't have a role. You're just everybody. But once you create your passport and it's been approved, you will get the traveler role. And so once you get the traveler role, watch, I'll go back here. Let's go here. And now I'm a traveler. I've been assigned the traveler role, and now if I come over here and scroll down, close the passport office, airport. Remember, it stopped at airport. And now you can see all these continents here. Continent, continent, continent. So now that I've become a traveler, I can basically play the game. Before being given the traveler role, you can't even play. So you can't start playing yet, though. I mean, you can, but after you do your passport, you have to come back and do your airport post. So back in the gameplay manual, it'll say that's your second thing to do. So passport is first, right here, and then it says the airport. So airport, you go ahead and click on, oh my gosh, go up to the airport tab. You can see here, Intercontinental Airport, the gate guidelines right there. So you click on that, read through this, it'll explain all that stuff. And then once you create your airport post, using the alphabetized drop downs, then you can begin in your continent. I will say welcome to whatever country. And if you are starting in Asia, if you click on the guidelines to continent post, it's in every continent thing, it will explain how to do that. So a few things that set aside, well, one main thing that sets the passport and the airport posts aside from regular country stitching. The passport, you are only posting one thread, and you will be using that. Well, I'll be adding your stamps to your passport. You won't really be needing to use that. It's just the first thing you need to set up in order to play. That's basically your introduction to the game, like saying, hey, I'm playing. The airport post, you are only doing one post and putting in any travel stitches in that one post. When it comes to the country stitching, you are, here, let me go to the country list. You are doing multiple posts, but only one at a time. So as the rules state, you can only be stitching in one country at a time. So I'm in Asia right now, and you can see these are the countries that I have completed, and I'm doing them one at a time. So unlike the passport and the airport, where I only have one thread in that area, for the country stitching, you are having a different thread for each country. So I just want to make that that clear, because I know that is a little confusing to people. So country is the only one you're making multiple threads, and it's also the one you're going to be using the most anyways, country stitching. For the country stitching, it does say in the rules like how to go about it, where our guidelines here are. But if you like, I'm in Asia, if I click on the country list, just the category itself, I can see all of mine, because I searched for my name. But if I just am in it by itself without searching for anything, the first pinned post is the country list. So if I click on that, you can see it explains, and this is in every continent guidelines to the continent post. It explains the different sizes, and it's by population. So the smallest population countries are 2,500 stitches to complete, and it goes all the way up to the extra large countries, which are 12,000 stitches to complete. So you can see here there's a list with all the countries that are in Asia. If I click on it, it'll make it bigger. So you can see it says Pakistan is extra large. And if I go back here, extra large is 12,000 stitches. So that's how you're knowing how many stitches you're going to need for your country. Back here in the guidelines, if you look here, here's another form. So you're going to copy this form and paste it in your country stitch when you first make that post. You're going to put the size category and stitches required, so we know what you're aiming towards in that. And then as far as this game was made specifically for cross stitching, but we have since added other crafts to be included. So if you go to the FAQ section, you can read what are the parameters of a stitch, and is there an alternative for not counting stitches. This explains all the other crafts that you can use, and if it's not listed there, feel free to ask if you can do this craft. I've seen people crochet, knit, someone is making a dress form, so sewing. There's plenty of things that you can use. I know diamond painting is one that's pretty popular. So any sort of craft that you want to make progress on and need to be motivated or need some help to get some progress done, feel free to use it for this game. You just have to make sure that your photo is your start photo or your finish photo has the country name on a piece of paper in the photo. So you can't edit the photo like on your phone to include the name. It has to be physically present in your photo. And that's just to prove that, you didn't start this thing months ago and you're trying to get points for it. Really, I'm not worried about people cheating. I really want this to be a game where we're all honest and we're doing it for the progress and not for the points. This is not a race. It's a game that I hope helps everybody come together and we can share our love of crafting and we can learn about new designers, new crafts, new strategies, new different ways of doing stuff. There's so many different ways of doing one particular craft. The other thing I want to mention is when you guys because this is stitch at your own pace, and that is regardless of the pace that the ambassadors are checking your stitches. So if you've finished, this has happened plenty of times, if you've finished your country and you finished your, the number of stitches that country needs, don't wait for us to give you a stamp. You feel free, as soon as you've added that up and it's the correct stitch amount, go ahead and start another country thread. We'll come back through and we will assign you, or we will hand out, stamps when they are earned. If for some reason I go through and I notice that you either are missing a password, so it doesn't count, or you added it up wrong and you actually didn't do enough stitches, I will let you know. I'll call you back to that thread and just let you know, hey, you got to do this many more stitches, and then I can give you your stamp. So it's not a huge deal. Very relaxed. Again, this is stitch at your own pace. There's no teams. It's all on you. But you can make it as interactive as you want. We've got plenty of areas here in the introduction, under the introduction tab, where we have a watering hole where we talk about anything and everything. We have questions, suggestions, promotions. If you have your social media, or like I stream on Twitch. I know lots of people have floss tubes. We also have a freebies table where you can share free patterns that you've found, show and tell, work in progress, all brag table finishes, lots of different ways to interact with other crafters, and I really enjoy it. I hope you do too. And again, if you have any other questions, anything that I didn't address, I know it was kind of a quick overview, but I just wanted to kind of go over that, and hopefully that has helped. If not, please leave a comment, reach out to me on Discord. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitch. Yeah, so thank you for watching this video and giving me a chance. Goodbye.